Hey YouTube, it's Jurrac Master, and today I've got an actual Jurrac deck for you. It's kind of an updated Chaos Jurrac build, but that's kind of become my main build, and I don't know if I'd call it Chaos, simply because of the fact that, everything seems to run Blackluster Soldier. So this thing's really just a Jurrac deck with other cards than just the Jurrac engine that just kind of support it. So I'll get into the deck and hope you guys like it. I've got 3 Jurrac Guaiba, 3 Jurrac Velo, Jurrac Iguanon, Jurrac Dino, and Jurrac Aolo. So that's the entire Jurrac engine. Pretty brief, I know, only 9 Jurracs in the deck, but it also has Kinkabayo, 2 Elementsaurus. So that's really the main stuff from Chaos Jurracs. So now on to the lights, which are typically the variants in the deck. This time I've got 3 Thunder King Ryo. I'll explain him later. And 2 Effect Veilers, so I'll also explain that later. Obviously Blackluster Soldier. And I have a Grand Mole in there because he bounces stuff, so why not? Onto the spells. I've got 3 Fossil Dig, 3 Forbidden Lance, Avarice, Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and Mind Control. And finally the traps: Solemn Judgment, 2 Solemn Warning, 2 Black Horn of Heaven, 2 Dark Bribes, Mirror Force, Double Deprison, and Double Call of the Haunted. So I know that might seem like a lot of, negation cards. I mean, you've got the standard triple Solemns, and there are 2 Black Horns in here, so that's a lot of summon negation, and then 2 Bribes is a lot of just negation overall. 7 negation cards. So I know that's a lot, but I'll explain that a little bit more after I'm done with the other stuff. So I'll get into that. Just go through the extra deck real quick. I've got 3 Logia, 2 Dolka, 2 Utopia, Utopia Ray, Giga Brilliant, Zenmaines, Stardust, Black Rose, Bryonic, Cataster, and Formula Synchron. So I'm just going to go over real quick all of the stuff that I mentioned and maybe a little bit more about it. So, Thunder Kings. They are a larger beater than the usual card in this deck, which is typically a 1700. Or this guy can be stronger, but you have to have another monster already, so you can't just summon him and use him as a strong beat stick, but he can be at 2000. Thunder King, other than being a beater, can negate special summons, and not all of them, I know, but it can negate some of them, which can be helpful, and it can also really mess up the opponent if they want to search stuff from their deck. It kind of helps against Inzectors. I mean, obviously not too much, because they're still going to be able to get around it if they have a Hornet, but before they get Hornet, or if you're able to remove Hornet from the equation, however that might be, probably from the side deck, but, so you could stop that from happening, and it just overall kind of helps the whole cause of the deck. It's the light monster, obviously, and it's a level 4, which is why I have more level 4s and more rank 4s and less rank 3s now. So that's it for Thunder Kings. Veilers, they're also just good. They stop Inzectors quite well, at least to start with. I find if you can stop Inzectors from going off just the first time, and just stop them for a turn, it gives you time to just mess with them. Basically what this would do is stop the monster from equipping the Hornet to itself, and that's really what you need it for. It puts itself in the grave, or you can sync with it, which is another option. I'm going to go back to Thunder King for a second. Before, I was running, I forget how many, but I was running Banishers, and that'll still work. It'll stop a lot of things like Inzectors, but the thing I don't like about it is the 1600 attack, and the fact that my rank 3s aren't as important anymore to be going into. Like, I don't even have a Leviair in here, because I'm probably never going to go into these. And when I do, I don't think Leviair is going to be a real big game changer, as opposed to potentially using Zenmaines or Giga Brilliant to help out with what I need to do. Because basically I'm really only going to go into it off of Mind Control against Inzectors, and either use my Grand Mole or my Dino. I'm probably never going to use Grand Mole and Dino at the same time to make one. But so this just has more effects that'll help, and it doesn't really contradict with anything except for Fossil Dig. So yeah, that's about it there. Grand Mole I wanted to go a little more in depth on. He just gets things that are just really hard to get around out of your way. So, I mean, there's not too much to say on it. He can kind of clear out really annoying things, and other things that would hurt, like Christia stopping your big win condition when you're in a situation that bad, or just a synchro monster that's in your way. Anything that really hurts, he just gets rid of. I know it costs your summon for the turn, but when faced with that, or just setting a monster to die anyway, it's kind of a no-brainer. Kinkabayo is obviously going to work with your effect Veilers, and as always, he does the Aolo loop, so that's pretty standard. Quick Chaos right there with an extra draw. Why not? Or if you have even just Aolo and not Veiler, so you're missing the light, you summon him, or missing the dark even, then you just sync up, draw your card, and then sync again or something. So that's why Formula's in there, and then he lets you synchro. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and the deck. Hopefully I'll be getting more stuff to work with for you guys soon. I know Tour Guide's going to get reprinted at some point. Not too soon, but also it's going to be a lot cheaper, so I can wait a little while for that. And I put stuff in my trade binder, so it's actually built up. I would have put a video of that up for you guys, but I'm just going to end up going to my locals tomorrow as I make this video. I don't know when it'll go up, but I'm just going to end up going to my locals, and it'll probably change by the time I get any trade offers anyway, so I'm just going to do it after locals. I put my rescue rabbits in there. I realized that I just don't want to make it as much anymore as I used to, and it's taking so long. I might as well get rid of the rabbits while they're worth something, and get something out of them. Make another deck I want to build. I know a lot of you won't like this, but I want to build Inzectors, kind of, because before I knew how good they were, I looked at them and thought that they had a neat idea, you know. It was kind of like Dragoonides, which is one reason I liked them, but at the same time they were different. They had some cool effects, and I liked the artwork. What can I say? I mean, Gigamantis looked cool. I just liked Centipede, and I liked Hornet. The other guys are alright, but I didn't like them quite as much. So, I mean, that's the story behind me wanting to make Inzectors, which I'm probably going to end up completing within the next week. So, I might profile my Inzector build, but probably not because it's so just overpowered and overplayed. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you are looking forward to some of these things that I'm going to do in the future with more cards. So, before I start rambling on about something else that doesn't really matter, have a nice day.